Hi, my name is Matt Hanover, and I'm a client of Adam Heller's Rapid Pain Cure. I started experiencing shoulder pain in October and went to my doctor for my normal physical, and he took an x-ray, and it showed that I had calcification in my left shoulder, and wasn't sure anything other than that, and said that I should think about getting a second opinion from a surgeon. And I really, I've had friends that have shoulder surgery, and I wasn't really interested in going down that path. So I was taking Advil 5 times a day. I went to an acupuncturist, I went to a chiropractor, and got a little bit of relief, but it was still a nagging pain. Now, I'd remembered that 10 years before, I'd had a really bad skiing accident where I was in pain for several months, and but it seemed to have gone away. All of a sudden, I can't sleep. On a scale of 1 to 10, my pain was a 10. And I'm waking up in the morning, and you have to understand, I've known Adam my entire life. We played together as kids, just known him my whole life. And he had talked about this rapid pain thing, and I was like, okay, but my pain is different. I feel like someone stabbed me in the shoulder. And I'm very open to mind-body stuff, but Adam's not a doctor, he's not a chiropractor, and I've got, my doctor saying that it's torn all the way through, and that I should get surgery. Talked to a buddy of mine who'd had the surgery, and actually he's the one that referred me to the surgeon. He was miserable. It's been 7 years later, and the torn rotator cuff is sewn up, but he still can't play tennis. He's still in a lot of pain and taking a lot of drugs. So, knowing Adam, I went to see him, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this. And he had been saying he'd come on down and I'll take you through my process. And I'm like, I feel like I'm open to mind-body stuff, but is this really gonna work? And we had a session, and when you start talking about repressed emotions, how do I get at that? I mean, I've done lots of different things. I've walked on coals, I've meditated, I've done yoga. I'm not exactly sure how we're gonna get at these repressed emotions. And he took me through a process that kind of infuriated me. I didn't like it. It was frustrating because I didn't feel like I could do it right, and that the pain wasn't, gonna magically disappear. I didn't believe the pain was gonna magically disappear. We started the session, I was at an 8 out of 10, then it went to a 10, and it was a couple of hours, but toward the end of the session, I was at a 3-4. That was better, but okay, so maybe I felt my case was different, and that that was the best he could do. It's fine. I'll keep the appointment with the surgeon. So a couple of days later, I went to see the surgeon, who said, you must get surgery right away. You are going to be in pain, and this will get worse, later in life, that you should definitely have the surgery. And I didn't want to do it. I called Adam and said, listen, I'm still looking at the surgery. I'm still looking at I found this other chiropractor. And he got very upset with me because essentially I wasn't listening and taking his advice, that I had to change my beliefs. And that didn't set well with me. In fact, I left that phone call very upset. And I'm taking a shower, and I'm just want to get this rage out of me. And I'm screaming at Adam in the shower. Of course, he's not there. He can't hear it. But I just let loose and called him every name in the book to just release my anger. And it was probably a week later when I woke up and there was no pain in my shoulder. And I'm like, okay. And I had been doing the exercises. I'd been emailing him every day, and as he had asked me to do. And one day I woke up and the pain wasn't there. I'm like, this is come on, I don't understand. Maybe later in the afternoon it'll come back. But another day went by, another day went by, and there was no pain left. And I think he knew me well enough to push my buttons to get me to find that anger and get into that emotion. And it's, I'm a magician as a hobby. I understand creating magic and wonderment. I do not understand how this works. It's unbelievable to me that I have no pain in my shoulder. I am back to doing everything. I've played tennis, I've played golf. There's no issue whatsoever. So I was a reluctant candidate, but now I'm an absolute fan and big supporter of what Adam does. In December, I was having debilitating pain. I couldn't throw, I couldn't move my arm. And going through the program with Rapid Pain Cure absolutely changed everything. I was thinking about traveling. I'm not going to do it because my shoulder hurts. I couldn't go to work. Everything has changed. Everything is now possible because I am out of pain. When I'm in pain, it's all I'm consumed with. Now I'm out of pain, I'm going on with everything else that I wanted to do. Going from this pain that was as high as a 10 and not even waking up in the middle of the night to where now I have no pain whatsoever. I don't think about pain. I'm not worried about favoring it. I play tennis. I hit golf balls. I'm able to go back to doing everything else I wanted to do. A couple of months ago, I could not move my shoulder. I got woken up in the middle of the night. I was in terrible pain, and the pain is gone. I don't think about the pain. I go back to doing everything that I want to do. I play tennis, I play squash. I've gone back to doing all the things that I used to do. And thank God I didn't go for the surgery, because I was trying to rationalize the 6 months that it was going to take between surgery and recovery, and saying, okay, well, it's a 50-50 chance it'll heal my pain. That wasn't good enough for me. So again, thank God I didn't do it.